really, what's going on right now, we feel U.S. Steel should not be even allowed to lock us out. When U.S. Steel bought us, I actually heard John Surma tell us that he had absolutely no problem with our pensions, with our contract. They'd done their due diligence. And Gretchen Haggerty, the chief financial officer, wrote actually in the Spectator that this community shouldn't worry that U.S. Steel is backing them up.
They didn't want to bargain in good faith. Been saying this all along. U.S. Steel bought this place. They made a commitment here. They haven't even lived up to 1 year of that commitment. It's 900 families, 9,000 pensioners' families. The community of Hamilton as a whole is going to suffer while this place is shut down.
Because everybody's fighting for their right now. We're not stupid like the way we used to.
I'm ashamed of what's happening because this is historic today. We've got soldiers fighting in Afghanistan and dying and getting their limbs blown off to keep freedom. And we've lost freedom at the gates of the very plant that has provided so much work and so much wealth to our city, and it's being taken away from us by some other people. That's not right. We can build out this steel right here. These people know how to make steel here. There's no difference between that blast furnace and this blast furnace. It all works the same. So, we've got to get you back to work. And we're going to do what we have to get you back to work. And I'm ashamed that we have to be here tonight behind a locked gate when you know that you can make steel, damn good steel, at a good competitive price. And we are not being treated fairly and probably not legally by the owners of that plant. Thank you very much.
A North American-wide effort to break the backs of unions, to make everybody work for $12 an hour.
We're going to do what we can at our level to oppose what U.S. Steel wants to do, but at the same time, it's a much bigger battle. It's a much bigger problem we're facing. And I think the best way to sum it up is if U.S. Steel can come here, shut down our blast furnace twice in 3 years, shut it down on October 4th, start up 2 furnaces in the States, and ship their steel up from the States. And there's no politician in Canada that's going to complain about that and organize to stop it, then we have a really big problem. They have the right, under the Ontario Labour Relations Act, to force a vote. And there's nothing we can do about it. The government would come in and run the vote, and then whatever the result was, that's the way it would be. The media is now, if you watch what they're doing, all the media now are playing this game, that there's this big, the blogs and these anonymous people are writing in, oh no, we should have a vote. And it's like, yes, let me ask you this about a vote. It's supposed to be democratic. How do 900 people vote that 9,000 people should get shafted? How does that work? How is that democracy? Like, it's a very serious question. Like, okay, if you want to vote to shaft yourself, well, you're entitled to do that. But how do you get to shaft the workers who work 30, 40 years? Whose idea is this? Whose philosophy? Whose outlook on life? So here, then they want us to shaft the people who aren't even hired yet. We're calling on the younger workers especially to step up and to take their position here and to fight like we did 30 years ago. So we're all in this together. U.S. Steel comes here and they want to dictate that this is the way they do things. The younger generation shafts the older one shafts the younger ones. We're fighting each other, we're at each other's neck, and that's what they want here. And then they say we want to vote, that we're going to have a vote. Well, if they want to vote, they can have a vote, but they don't want to do that. They want the union to do it. It's very deliberate. We are not going to submit to that blackmail. The blackmail, they can shut down our blast furnace, start 2 of them in the States, and say, now we'll ship the steel up here. Well, that shouldn't be allowed. We're calling on the people in Canada. This is everyone's fight, not in solidarity with us. It's all of our fights across the country. Thank you very
much. They stormed across the border and proudly raised their flag. We now own your steel mill. They so like to brag. They want to cut our pensions, our benefits, our pay. Now they own the steel mill. They want things their own way. They said that buying Stelco would be our country's gain, but all they brought to Canada is misery and pain. When they speak of workers, their voice is full of hate. What we call social justice, they call a welfare state. They think we should keep working as long as we're alive. that no one should retire before they're 95. Many of our pensioners worked over 40 years, left behind widows drowning in their tears. They need every cent just to hold on to their home, but they're the kind of people U.S. Steel won't leave alone. We must protect our workers. Our pensioners are ill, for U.S. Steel will show them no goodwill.
Hey!